Whoa!
I know.
Whoa.
Here we
Nobody
are.
want to see the back of our heads.
I don't know.
I want to see that. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
See what we see.
Stand where we stood.
Yeah.
I can't. The one bad thing about YouTube is I can't do the chat from the app anymore. I have to open it up in a separate thing and chat on a delay like a peasant. I mean, our listeners.
That is the one bad thing about YouTube.
That's the one bad thing, and the other thing is everything else. Have y'all been on TikTok a lot recently?
Yeah, of course.
A little bit, yeah.
I
Thank you. I got all those push notifications when you went through my DMs. Sorry about that.
I re-downloaded it because I wanted to I needed to look something up and I needed TikTok for that. And my timeline is horrible. I don't know what I need to do to it, but
You gotta tailor it.
I don't know what I don't need to go back and start liking stuff again. And
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta like stuff. You gotta dislike stuff.
you can
Did
dislike.
you delete your account or you just deleted the app?
No, I just uninstalled the app and it was
Okay.
distracting me at work. But
Mm.
but
Strange how your preferences aren't there. But yeah, you can there's that little 3 dots in the bottom right. You can just say see less of this.
oh, perfect.
Mhm.
Because I have gotten nothing
Yeah.
for the past week, but conspiracies about what that was in front of the sun on Monday. Yes,
Oh
I've
my
gotten
God.
a lot of that was actually Nibiru TikToks.
Nice.
Oh my god. You should
And-
start sending me those.
You're
I
on the
don't
good side of
send,
TikTok.
It's
I
not
don't
good.
see stuff
'Cause
like that. Oh
It's-
man, that's fascinating.
my coworkers refers to it as peasant TikTok because he's like, it's like what peasants would talk about if they had TikTok during the eclipse. Just like witches took the moon, but it's like people with smartphones legitimately believing that, or someone being like, it's our ancestors' planet that's coming to look, and like people like taking videos of it and being like, I don't understand why the sun got bigger at the end. What are they not telling us? And just basic misunderstanding of science, and with
Yeah.
millions of comments being like, we were all thinking this.
This is great. I saw one lady talk about how she compared the path from the 2017 eclipse with the path from this year's eclipse.
They made an X.
And it was like, yeah, and I crossed over this one town, which is where the giants are buried. So perhaps during the eclipse, the giants will come to light. I was like, holy shit.
San Francisco or
people
New
are-
York?
No, it was just like, oh.
There's
Only if
two.
It was New York, but yeah, it was. It's maybe it's just like the accessibility. Like these people have always been out there with their crazy conspiracy theories, but now since they have TikTok and they're able to get more traction that way.
There's a person who is unwell, who I passed their handiwork on the way home because they are somewhere around the Atlanta airport, and they line the highways with homemade poster boards with their conspiracies on them. And they're really good. And he's really concerned about the Anunnaki, which is like the ancient aliens race. And
Nice.
whenever during COVID was a boom for this guy. We got Anunnaki vaccine, Anunnaki Elon Musk, Anunnaki ISIS is Anunnaki was one that we got. So he's for the right side. He just has the wrong ideas.
Right.
Yeah. That's amazing. There's this guy that drives through downtown Alpharetta, and his whole truck is just painted with sentences and words. And last I saw, he just drives with his windows down and just shouts. He's proselytizing from his white pickup truck. He is also unwell, but it's just I'm fascinated by what that part of the brain is that we don't have, or that we have at a moderate level, to where these people who are not doing well, where they're just I'm gonna my entire existence is just to preach the gospel of whatever I've just made up.
It's the same thing that happens to a celebrity when J.K. Rowling when like that becomes your only thing, or like Graham Linehan, when it's just like, this is the only thing I'm gonna talk. I think if you get divorced because of a thing, that becomes your thing, and
Yeah,
it's just
double
That's
like,
it. Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
my wife didn't believe in Anunnaki, so now I have to prove her right to the highway.
I'll show her. Jeez. What would mine be about? What would y'all?
What would our deal
What would you
breaker
paint
conspiracy?
Yeah.
Oh, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie
I
Wonder.
was gonna say Stevie Wonder.
We're all in on Stevie Wonder.
Yeah,
All in on Stevie Wonder.
he can see.
If our wives leave us because of Stevie Wonder stuff, we can all move in together into the Stevie Wonder Truther house. Stevie Wonder Truther
Truther
Inner
house.
visions. More like outer visions. He can see.
I miss those days when we lived separately.
Just gonna track him down in public and throw things at him.
I want to go further and say that Stevie Wonder is blind, but Stevie Wonder can use Nen, and that's why he can detect objects. I'm not saying that he can see, but I'm saying he has taken the Hunter exam. Speaking of the Hunter exam, welcome to episode, I think this is 257 of Radish, the podcast based on the hit novel Push by Sapphire.
Sapphire write any other books? You can go on. I'm gonna find this out.
Yeah, she also wrote A Million Little Pieces. She was the actual writer. She ghost wrote Batista's memoir. I'm Will. I'm happy to be here. I don't have any crazy conspiracy theories besides the Stevie Wonder one, which is not crazy. We have evidence. It's real. And the third Olsen twin.
Not Elizabeth. I know she's not a twin.
No, the third
She
one.
is. Okay.
The third one, Trishelle.
There are
Tantor.
3 Olsen siblings at least. Trishelle. I'm Sean, and previously, before the movie released, I was all in on the Taylor Swift is Ellie Conway, and she's the real Agent Argyle. But that is not true. Anyways, Argyle now on Apple TV Plus.
Did you watch
That
it?
was terrible.
No, it's technically it doesn't come out until tomorrow. But for people listening, sorry for those watching.
Coworkers,
But
get ready to watch
Yeah, right,
Argyle.
yeah, coworker.
I was curious about it, but I heard it was just awful, and I saw some like scenes from it. I'm like, nah.
I'm still curious.
Yeah.
I'm Tyler, and I'm of the conspiracy that people shouldn't eat mushrooms. They taste gross.
It's true.
They're squeaky.
They
They're
taste squeaky.
You don't want squeak in your food.
You don't. If it tastes
weird-
slick, like slick is not a mouthfeel you want. Slick and also of dirt. Like it tastes like dirt. So
It's earthy.
Mushrooms are okay, like on a pizza, I'll say. But have you ever eaten something and not realized it was mushroom, and not like it wasn't like something and mushroom? It's just mushrooms, and you're just like, oh no, what's going on?
I've never been in a situation like that, and if I ever were, they would not be my friend anymore.
Sometimes the little pizza pocket they hand out on international flights is mushroom filled because they can't do
Tyler's
meat.
staying domestic forever.
I can't trust anything on flights anymore.
Doesn't want to risk it.
They wake
I
you
feel
up.
like I've had some like good instances of mushroom in the past. I've had some like miso soup with mushroom that was nice.
Yeah, it can be
maybe
fine.
Beef stroganoff.
The pizza's doing
But-
most of the heavy lifting.
That's the thing, is that on pizza that's too much. If like you never see like mushroom be the only topping on a pizza, because that's a crazy person thing to do.
That's what like
But,
Ted
mushroom's
Kaczynski
always,
got.
like,
That's how I caught him.
Exactly. So this guy ordered just one mushroom or just mushrooms. But like it's always on like a supreme pizza where there's like onions, sausage, other peppers, and mushrooms. And it's like I can't. This is
Black olives. Yeah.
yeah. This is a salad. But I could do like I could do like olives and sausage and pepperoni. That's fine.
Mm.
I think 3 toppings tops. 4, you're pushing it.
My dad used to work in a pizza place in high school, and every Friday night somebody would call in and ask for 3 green bean pizzas.
Ooh,
Which
that's too much.
they did stock that topping, and like they did make the guy his green bean pizzas every week. I don't know if he just bought them on Fridays and ate them for the rest of the week, or if he had like a cool party with like people coming over every Friday. But he would get.
I need you to ask your dad if they're canned green beans or if they're fresh steamed green beans, because there's a big difference between the two.
They're
There
a
is a big
pizza
difference.
place.
Yeah, it's
So
got to
it's
be
canned.
canned green beans.
Yeah.
Disgusting. That guy's
I
feral.
Oh, I like the canned green beans.
Put
Oh,
on a pizza.
oh.
I
just
think
in
if they're on
general.
a pizza, it's not. See, the canned green beans, you got to put them in the pot and heat them for a long time with like bacon grease. But
Okay.
I like
you
the
gotta use
steamed
a lot
ones,
of bacon
too.
grease in this.
I'm a green bean fan. I'll say it.
Okay.
Episode 257. I'm standing in my truth. I'm a green
Green
bean
bean
fan.
I won't join you in saying it. I'm fine with green beans. Always have been. They were one of like the most accessible vegetables for me when I was a kid. The more like whenever I think about green beans, the more thankful I am that I've like aged into an adult where I don't need to have green beans. Like I can get my veggies
I made them
elsewhere. Like, I don't
tonight.
have to have. Did you really?
I did. I had them last night too. I hope everyone's.
I like a
Forget
fresh
those,
green
like-
bean. You know, it's something like good like that, but from like the Jolly Green Giant green bean can. I think I had it too much as a kid.
Well, I don't
can't.
like the wide flat ones that you get that
Yeah.
are like that neon green. You're
Oh,
just
hell
buying the
yeah.
wrong green
Yeah, yeah.
beans. You got to get the right strain. The Jolly Green Giants, more of a head
Eat
high.
that indica shit.
I can picture the ones you're talking about, Will. I do, we've been friends for over a decade. I really do appreciate and love that you have still latched on to green beans and glass of milk for nighttime.
I love the draw and play. What can I say? I got big sleepover energy over here.
I aged into I was like, oh, asparagus is fantastic. Oh, Brussels sprouts, fantastic.
Sure.
Those are like now my favorite greens to go. Like
No, those are
go-to
yucky.
greens.
Bok choy, great. Green
Bok
beans,
choy's good. Yeah.
Green beans, you just got to get the right ones. I'm with Will.
Yeah.
I don't turn them down when I see them. Green bean casserole, we've made every Thanksgiving for the past couple of years because my family refuses us to branch out. But yeah,
You don't
So
want
yeah,
any of
it's
those
solid.
mind green beans. You want more of a body green bean.
I'll post the can in the chat that I'm thinking of. I can't find it right now. I must get some real top shelf green beans. But yeah, I'm looking at Italian style green beans. Those are the flat ones. Of course, they're Italian style. Need not
It's
need
like
not
Vienna sausage.
try.
Austrian.
It's an Austrian delicacy.
Vienna sausage is bullshit.
I love those too. I love those. I love Underwood deviled ham.
I don't know what deviled ham is.
It's like what's deviled
Is it
ham?
canned?
Yeah, it's canned, and
Oh,
it's
boy.
like a spread.
You know what you need to do is you need to go to like one of those real old Greek Italian joints where you can get canned sardines and stuff like that.
I don't
the
like
real
sardines, but
shit.
yeah.
Canned sardines, I'll get behind. It sounds like Will fell asleep on like a Betty Crocker cookbook from 1962.
All my food
He's
comes
like,
in
"These
Jello
is-"
form.
Love a good Jello mold.
Have y'all seen that video that's like the Canadian Martha Stewart show? And Sean, did you
No.
introduce yourself?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, cool. Just making sure before we move on.
Who knows?
I think I did. Yeah, I said
t-
mushroom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he said yeah.
Sean, did you?
I did.
Okay, cool. Making sure. It's doing the rounds, doing my checklist. Before we move on to it's like a Canadian kind of homemaker show, and she's telling you how to make this fun new dish that's really popular in the States called pizza pie, and she proceeds to do a crime. It's in black and white, and she's like, and here's some of the toppings you can put on. She uses like bread dough or like biscuit dough as the base. And she uses tomato sauce, and then she's like, and now for the toppings. and she doesn't put the toppings individually. She puts the toppings one on every slice. And so one slice is just onions.
Oh.
She's like, you can put pickled onions. Or she has all these like old timey like jarred foods. And all the comments are like, please, lady, stop.
Is it like a current video or is it like from way back in the past?
Oh no, it's black and white, shot on the old like Panovision camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
found it
Canadian
here.
Food hasn't made it out of Canada.
It's from 1957 on the CBC. Here's an article about it from the CBC. Kathy Brady. Yeah, she does use
Oh, it's
sardines.
the Kathy Brady chick.
It's Kathy Brady. She's still alive, and she reacted to the video of her making pizza in the 50s. Good for her. She's 99 or 90, not 99. I made up that 9. Yeah, what have y'all been doing this week? Sorry for the pizza and sardines and green bean rant.
No, it's all good.
It's good to get a food check with your friends. Folks, when listening, reach out. See what kind of weird things your friends enjoy. That
You guys making those meals from TikTok? Like it's in like the baking dish, and it's just like 10 Taco Bells and a can of chili and a block of Velveeta.
No, thank you.
I love when they use shrimp. It's just a way to make it worse.
I'll start off. Just because I'm still pretty hyped from it. I saw Godzilla Kong, the new Empire.
Nice.
I learned you're apparently not supposed to announce the X instead of in the title.
Godzilla X Kong. It's the ship.
Yeah, but apparently, like the X is like silent as like you would with
Like Hunter x Hunter.
collaboration. Yeah, like Hunter x Hunter. Either way,
X-Men.
New Empire, 5th movie. Is that true? Godzilla, Skull Island, King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah, okay. New Empire, 5th movie in the legendary MonsterVerse. It whips. It just like it's Adam Wingard, the director, returning from directing Godzilla versus Kong, has said that he was inspired by 80s toy commercials for the feel and the action of the movie, and was inspired by like walking down toy aisles as a kid for like the colors and the look of the movie. Like Dan Stevens' character, who's fantastic, is based off like a G.I. Joe.
He plays Stretch Armstrong.
It is not. It's so much fun. Every moment you're like, because you get used to the legendary kind of like way of doing things where it's just kind of like Godzilla's on the move. We have to go here, then we have to go here, and then they introduce Hollow Earth and Godzilla versus Kong, and you're like, oh, we're gonna go in and out of Hollow Earth a bunch. It's just like we're gonna have to get used to this. No, they completely trim the fat. There's a point where Godzilla, or no, he's all I can think about. There's a point where the characters need a piece of equipment to help Kong, and they're talking about like
he needs a winch.
We've been working on. Yeah, it's like we've been working on this project secretly since the last movie, or since they fought each other, and they go in all to the project, and then they say like, your brain's thinking like, oh, this guy, he's got to go back up to the normal land, and he's got to go retrieve this thing, and he's got to fly back down, and they're already hundreds of yards, if not miles away from their ship. No, they're like, cut it. That piece of equipment already down here. We're working on it. This like guy who like we went on like a minutes or hours long trip from our ship from this location to where we are now, doesn't matter. He's there and back in 5 minutes with a massive. It's just like it's pure
fast.
Brain off.
Yeah.
It's just pure like brain off entertainment. It's so much fun. The action's fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything because like the fun is in what happens. But I want you to know if you've gotten kind of weary of the legendary movies just because like the humans are dumb and like you spend too much time with them and you're just like tired of it. No, you spend a lot of time with Kong when he greets this whole new colony of apes, as you've seen, Scar King and such. They spend a lot of time with him, and it's great to see the big monkeys on screen. It's just a delight. Kong is wonderful, and of course Godzilla, can't beat, hard to beat. He spends most of the movie charging up. It's great.
I love
Yeah.
the idea that
Just a-
King Kong needs equipment. Like he's
It's-
like, I need
What
a
happened to his
camping
axe?
stove.
He had an axe.
He has an axe. That's true. He has an
Oh,
axe.
he still
But
has it. Okay.
Yeah, the new equipment is explained. It is motivating.
They show it in the preview. He gets a robot
They-
arm.
Yeah, he gets a
Um,
glove. He gets like a robot glove.
Yeah,
And-
I'm so
and the reason
excited.
for it is good.
So he can touch
I'm so
himself. That
excited
feels like
for it
someone
to
else.
be like. I'm excited for it to be like a Saturday or a Sunday morning in the near future where this is playing on TNT and it's the first time I see it. It's going to be
Yeah.
great. My favorite.
It's-
I've only seen 2 GIFs on Twitter from this film, and the first
Oh,
one is, of course, we've all seen Baby Kong, but in the
Yep.
GIF, the bad guy uses. I love when a guy picks up another guy and throws him into another guy. He just takes Baby Kong by the ankle and starts whacking everybody with him. I'm like, hell
Beat my
yeah.
kid with my other, it's great. That, and I think the other gif is like where one of the apes like pipes up to Kong and is like shouting in his face. And
Yeah,
Kong's
shading his
fine.
face, and then Kong just kills him.
It's fantastic. The whole movie is full of like moments like these. It's like, oh, this is like not taking itself seriously. It's more inspired by like the like mid-aughts kind of Godzilla. It's just like real goofy and out there.
While
It's
all
great.
of the giant Kongs are together conversing, did they give subtitles?
No,
That's a
but
good
you
question.
understand. You understand. Kong
It's like
still
Pokemon.
speaks-
You know what they're saying.
Listen with
Yeah,
your heart.
Kong
your
still
heart.
speaks like sign language of the humans, but with the apes, with the other giant apes, it's you feel it, you know, and it's great. I love it because of that. My only gripe with the all ape scenes is that you immediately lose idea of their scale. Like they're on this island, everything's kind of desolate. They're in this hollow earth like sort of realm, and everything's just kind of desolate. And like you see them walk by trees, but you're like, yeah, but this isn't the thing, and you just kind of lose the scale. But fortunately, you get it back later. It may change, but
They should have a little
it is.
guy walk around with Kong at all times. It's just like, I'm a normal sized
Truly.
man.
They need that's why they put Godzilla in cities, man. You need to see how big he is compared to the buildings. Like it opens up with Godzilla sleeping inside the Roman Colosseum like a little cat, and it just makes me it just delights me to no end. I think this was my favorite Legendary Monsterverse movie since, if not King of the Monsters, then Kong Skull Island itself. It's just so much fun, and shamelessly so. It's just like we refined the characters, we trimmed all the fat, have fun. Great stuff.
I wonder if the monsters get like self-conscious and they need to go back to an Earth where it's like their scale, because they're just
Kong
like, man,
does.
I'm knocking stuff over. People are getting mad at me. Keep stepping on taxis.
Godzilla doesn't give a shit. He wrecks like 8 European cities.
It stacks up.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It gets to him eventually. He doesn't show up, but he takes it home.
So yeah, we're seeing.
Is Jellyroll on it?
Okay. Jellyroll's not in it. Will, did you messaged us this week? You found out Jellyroll was real like just this week?
No, I know that he's a celebrity, but
Mm.
I sometimes log into Facebook.com, popular website, and from what you would tell, he is the only celebrity. He's the only person I ever get articles about. I get articles like, Jellyroll reacts to, the situation overseas and stuff like that. And I don't know if this man, I don't know what his position is. I looked him up. He used to do hip hop and now he does country. So he's got a bit of everything. And apparently he also weighs in on our most sensitive issues. I don't know anything about this person. And then I recently got a TV antenna with just the basic 251146, and he's on everything. He's on Entertainment Tonight every night. He was on American Idol this week as a guest judge. He performed on American Idol. I didn't know they let people do that who weren't competing.
I didn't know that still was going on.
Is he like?
Yeah, ABC picked it up a couple years ago.
Is he someone who like found a genie and was like, I want to be the most famous man? Because I've never heard a Jellyroll song. I think I'm the only person who has. I honestly, it feels like a glitch in the Matrix at this point. This person is so popular, and they've snuck up on me.
Yeah, no, this Jellyroll has completely gone over my head too, and that's surprising because all big white guys know each other. So I'm surprised.
Which means that he's not a big
Maybe-
white guy. He's several smaller white
Maybe
guys.
it's just that you're missing the tattoos, Tyler.
That's it. Yeah, I need the Joker eye tattoo.
Yeah, he looks like the Suicide Squad Joker.
Yeah. Jellyroll. Also, I haven't heard a single song that I know of by him. He kind of like replaced the slot in my mind that Post Malone was in, who is also everywhere, who's still everywhere.
Sure.
Post Malone, I will say, Austin seems like a cool guy. I'm fine with that.
He's got a country album this year.
Oh.
Exactly. Everyone's got a country album this year. But I feel like, people got tired of Post Malone, and then Jellyroll came along, and they're like, oh, yeah, this guy. And I don't know.
We need a white guy with face tattoos at all times.
Yeah. Just got to keep filling it in.
I assumed he was some sort of like success story of like, well, this is clearly a man who's like been to prison and is now like a successful country artist. And I completely Mandela affected that to myself. He has not been to jail. He has not done that. He is, as far as I can tell, always been the most famous person.
Yeah, he's got all the face tattoos, and he named himself after an early 20th century jazz musician.
Who also snuck up on me.
Well, yeah,
Jellyroll Morton just really came out of nowhere, hit the scene hard.
truly. Yeah.
What 1920s jazz musician would you rebrand yourself as?
I can't say. We'll get the podcast taken down.
Not 1920s, more 60s and 70s, but I'd pick up the Mingus name. So I think that's a fun name.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Charles Mingus, big bassist who just didn't give a shit.
I'd be Chick Corea.
Tyler, your name is practically Thelonious Monk.
Yeah.
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 I'd be Chick Corea, but I'd spell it correctly. Really hit the K-pop scene.
Exactly.
He's still. Oh, he died. He died during COVID. Oh man, it's open. All right. Did y'all see the guy there was an earthquake this week in the Northeast. It didn't hit the West Coast. It hit the Northeast. And there was a man in New York who was have y'all seen the article that I posted? Don't look at it if you haven't.
I haven't, no.
What's the last place on earth you'd want to be during the earthquake?
I think like on top of a large tower or on a tightrope.
Okay, tightrope. Pretty good answer.
I've seen the headline, so I'm trying to also think of an alternative.
You can't
Well,
think of
Tyler,
anything but that, huh?
Whatever you think of, it's not going to be as bad as where this guy was. He was getting a vasectomy.
Oh, what happened? He become extra fertile? Like they just like missed and like clipped something that just.
We cut the whole thing off.
We clipped the secret vein. Now he's getting so much of it.
Every woman in a 20-mile radius, get her out.
He's super fertile.
This man left our clinic in heat.
We set it to Wumbo.
Did they miss though?
No, he said he thought it was like
it was like a
he was in a
slight rattle.
Yeah, he was in the building.
I've been through a few.
He thought a train was passing underneath. He said the doctor put the tools down, and they both sat there for a second. And we talked about how they'd never forget where they were for this earthquake.
That's true. Doctors see hundreds of patients throughout the week. That doctor's going to remember that man forever.
Yeah, like
and his what's a nice word for ball sack?
There are no nice
scrotum
words for ball sack.
There are no. Scrotum just feels
doesn't feel good. Doesn't
It
roll
doesn't
off the
feel
tongue
good.
nicely.
You know, the
That's
New
the thing.
Yorkers have
I
100
think
words
it's
for
good.
ball sack.
New Jersey. It wasn't in New Jersey, or was he New Yorker?
It was the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Oh, with the vasectomy.
I'm trying to see where it was. The Northeast is so confusing. It says this man from Pennsylvania was in the New York City metropolitan area when the earthquake that hit New Jersey. That's 3 states right there.
Oh, okay. So he's from Pennsylvania.
But he was in New York. It looks
Hey,
like.
that's one less Phillies fan, man. That's great.
Yeah. Well, it's future Phillies fan.
What's he wearing? He's wearing a Mississippi State shirt. That's whatever. As long as
Wow.
He's an everywhere man.
he's a king of the road. It's
Yeah.
trailers. What else happened this week? Did you see the Czech judo champ who rhinoed herself? Speaking of earthquake.
Yes. How was she a judo champ to begin with? Is my question.
Well,
How
she
did
looked hard to
knock
knock
herself
over.
out?
That's true.
Yeah.
She ran full speed at her opponent. Her opponent. This is very like Mountain versus the Viper. Her opponent dodge rolled out of the way using iframes, and she tripped on herself and fell and hit her head on the side of the cage and knocked herself out.
Concussed. Jesus.
She wasn't even moving that fast.
Well,
I guess she did come down hard.
inertia.
Yeah.
This is like children's game tactics. Like I'm pretty sure you do this in Mario. Like.
Yeah.
This is how you beat a Minotaur in every video game. This is,
Yeah, exactly.
oh man.
Olay.
The person she's fighting probably was so smug for the rest of the day. Just like
Oh,
I did the dodge roll and it worked.
So you get it added to your record. But that's the thing, though. They were both in very different weight classes. How did that fight even happen?
Yeah, was this on the like on record or?
I assume the Czech Republic judo tournament doesn't have a whole lot of rules. I just
That's
figured it
true.
was. It looked like it was in like a Denny's. Like it was just a
One
good
step up from
video
being
of
in a back alley.
it's a Tekken stage.
We all learned judo 40 years ago. Now it is time for tournament. What Czech sound like? Sorry to the Czech.
Can I do a quick tweets as literature?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Please.
All right. This is an exchange. So this is tweets as literature. Every tweet is in the Library of Congress. This is to point out to the librarians of Congress out there which tweets they should highlight for people who are in the library thumbing through.
You think this isn't they assign tweets by Dewey Decimal System?
They've got it,
Like
right?
author.
What's the point otherwise?
Right.
Tweets about science. These are tweets about nudes and bio. I think it's its own Dewey Decimal number. This is a 3-person exchange. Twitter user EM Hudson. It tells a story though, which is why I'm considering it. Twitter user EM Hudson says, "Dudes can literally sit around and name old sports players and just have the best time." And Kyle Boggs replies, "This is because of decades of gender and sexuality research tell us that this is a dude thing, because some men do not have the social permission to create direct bonds with other men. Those bonds have to be indirect through sports, talk, women, etc., which is why one of the many of the ways that heteropatriarchy hurts men too." And a Twitter user Crash Override replied to this, "Any relation to Wade Boggs?" Just a absolute perfect reply. Just Rosencrantz and Guildenstern over here. This has been Tweets as Literature. I have a bunch more. I'm excited to read them. I mean, I'll get like a little like Masterpiece Theater thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little
You can use the theme.
intro.
PBS
Yeah.
isn't coming after us. I give money every year to Georgia Public Broadcasting, so I think we have the right.
Oh.
I can use whatever I want to. It's called PBS. The piece.
Yeah, Public Broadcasting System. We're broadcasting.
I've been making money off Arthur merch for years.
I paid for PBS because they're the only place to stream the Ken Burns documentaries.
Can you stream them for free, or do you have to pay for them?
You got to pay for Passport, but it's only like $10. and you're donating to the.
What is that
great
frequency?
cause.
Is it $10 a month?
Damn, that's like almost Netflix
That's-
money. PBS ain't that good.
$10 a month for
Yeah.
PB. You're
Yeah.
paying. Do they thank you in every episode?
They have
I
the
should
commercials
probably-
that thank Sean, but
You're paying $10
viewers
a
like
month
you.
for PBS.
I like Liberty Kids as much as the next guy, but I,
think-
wouldn't pay $10 a month to see it.
I think Hulu was
gonna have to-
$6.
I might have to go back. I haven't opened up the PBS app in a while.
I cannot
should
wait to
probably-
audit Sean's finances in the next week of Radish.
Oh, I mean, you know, it's
10
it's gonna be
accounts.
I'll break into. Both me and Peyton are paying for PBS.
It's a standing members.
I'm gonna break into another show and tell. This is probably making it way uneven, but the Criterion Channel, oh boy, just announced, or they have in the app now, a 24/7 stream of just movies in the Criterion Collection. So
Boring.
you can open up the app, hit the 24/7 stream, and just have a classic, delightful movie on. Like apparently last night they had House on. You know, the nobody.
Dun 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 dun.
Problematic movie,
Yeah.
but continue.
Oh,
We don't have to get into it, sorry.
What is wrong with
how is it
House?
problematic?
Isn't that like the underage girl movie?
It's like
No.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it's like they're high schoolers. But
All
they
the
just go to a
nudie
haunted
scenes?
house, and they.
There's no nudie scenes in
No.
House.
And the one I watched, there was.
We're talking about it. There was that one like American horror movie called House, but I don't think that had anything in it. This
Yeah,
is
like-
like,
Oh, I was thinking of the Doctor series. Sorry, continue.
Either way,
Were there
they
underage
just showed,
nudie
like-
scenes in the Doctor series? In Doctor Who?
In House? You haven't seen House as a Hog?
No. I just picture it like a smaller walking cane.
Tyler found like the secret Fox channel back in the day. I was like, this is awful. But no, the Criterion, the 24/7 stream is a delight because you could just like throw it on and there's like a classic movie. Like this morning before I left for work, they threw on one of my favorite little Jacques Tati movies. I know I'm speaking the way I'm speaking, but it's just like a lot of delightful stuff.
One of my favorite Jacques Tati movies, which means you have
It's-
multiple favorites, and that implies multiple non-favorites.
I have the box set. He was like a French Charlie Chaplin. He was great. You guys would be delated by his movies.
Well, comedy
But it
is
was on. I was
okay.
like,
The clown is more difficult, so I am on board with it.
yeah. It was a delight. And before that, they had a movie by Yasujiro Ozu called Good Morning or Ohio,
Ugh.
in which these two boys, just these two little Japanese school children, refused to talk at all until their parents bought them a TV set. And it was great. It ends with one of their friends trying to fart, and he shits his pants and has to stay home from school. And the
Nice.
movie ends. But it's just like such a nice way to like discover stuff and just like have it on. Will, you'll appreciate this if my memory serves right. I threw it on when I got home from work tonight. They were playing Robert Altman's The Player.
It's just, if I'm gonna pay for a streaming service, they better have like Thor: The Dark World on there. Otherwise, I'm not gonna watch. I don't want to watch these jock titty movies. But I could be watching some highbrow cinema, like
My
Ant-Man
brother in Christ, just
Quantumania.
turn on FX movies.
Do they have?
FX Movies is good and Turner Classic Movies is good, but it's nice to like it's the Criterion channel, so you know it's gonna be like a. Ew.
Do they have the
You know,
Equalizer
like, it's gonna
too?
be more curated. No, but they have the first one.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That one's a little pedestrian for my takes.
With Queen Latifah?
I haven't
That's
seen
a
the
Netflix
Equalizer.
TV You gotta watch more of that antenna TV. Will, why did you buy an antenna for your TV?
So I could watch the Oscars. I think I wanted it so I could watch like a award show, a Super Bowl.
Fascinating. What do you
Well-
have now that prevents you from watching local cable?
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't have like any TV streaming.
No, I don't
service.
have anything.
Oh.
For years, I just had YouTube, and I would go there and look at the Nintendo Directs, and that was the only thing I had that was resembled news. I know when the Sora amiibo was coming out, but I don't know what country we're at war with.
Okay, good to know. Good to hear.
Speaking of news, this week there were not one but two instances of a gun being pulled at a fast food location.
Damn.
I know.
Great.
Can I walk you through both of them?
Yes.
Please.
One was in Southfield, Michigan. A customer allegedly shot a Chipotle employee for not getting enough guacamole.
Someone finally did it.
He said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact that he had to pay extra for it. It was the fact that he didn't get enough.
Well, I think he's paying extra, and if you get that light
true.
scoop, you're like, I paid extra in this.
Chipotle these days, you pay like upwards of $40 for a taco bowl. I swear to God,
It's a
like
lot.
I would be like so pissed if they were skimping on anything. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just don't have a gun. that's
That's
main
the only thing
difference
stopping you.
here. Once I get my hands on a gun, it's over for you, Chipotle.
All right, we're clipping that.
I can't run for office anymore.
I gotta say, Tyler, I think you're in one of the easiest states to attain a gun, so that's not so bad.
That's true. The problem in my state is that the Chipotle employees probably also have guns on them as well, so it's gonna turn into a
yeah.
full standoff.
For sure.
I'm trying to read the article here.
Sound it out.
A lot of consonants.
Yeah.
Apparently, they got into a fight. The employees ran in the back, and then he proceeded to hop over the counter and get a cup of guacamole himself. Which I don't condone violence here, but I do like that he still got the guacamole.
Yeah. Oh, so he got over the counter and got the cup of guacamole after shooting the employee?
He yelled at her. She went in the back. He jumped over the counter and
Oh.
got the guacamole. And a 21-year-old male employee tried to stop him, and he got shot.
No.
You don't stop
You
a
never
man
try to
who's
stop someone.
jumped the counter and tried
Yeah.
to steal 30 cents of guacamole.
You don't get
As
paid
someone
enough for that.
Who's worked? Yeah, exactly. As someone who's worked in multinational, multi-billion-dollar fast food, just let him take it. Like, whatever, man.
Shareholders.
Like, you write an incident report, you're good to go. Don't get them to the point where they have to pull out a gun. That's just wild.
The second one is even better. This happened in Ohio.
Of course.
Customer pulled up to a Burger King drive-thru and got 2 sausage, egg, and cheese croissants, a sausage biscuit, and a hash browns. The total came out to $8.
Mm-hmm.
The man in the drive-thru said, "That is not right. It should be $11." And the guy said, "We're having a deal right now where you get 2 sausage, egg, and cheese croissants for 1." And
Wow.
he pulled out a gun and tried to kill the man because he thought he was lying to him.
Jesus Christ.
The guy in the drive-thru
Rude
said, "I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why you want to pay more money."
He survived, right?
Yeah, he didn't get shot. He
Okay.
got threatened to be.
Saw that.
He threatened him with a gun.
In the
They-
morning, too, man. Like, how do you wake up with that much rage? That's...
Well,
So wait, you're saying that, like, the Burger King employee totaled it at $8, whereas the customer was like, I expect to pay $11?
yes.
What the hell?
The guy thought he was being like pranked or something. Or it was like, this should be 11, and the employee was like, I don't know what to tell you. It's $8.
This one won't let us add any more money, sir.
And then I read some Twitter comments on this, and people were like, I used to work at Best Buy. We had a price match policy, and sometimes they would ask me to price match a store, and our price was already lower, and then they would get mad at me for not price matching. So I would have to raise the price of the TV for them.
Whatever, man. Yeah, here you go.
All right, if you want to pay $200 more, I guess that's on you.
Yeah.
People.
The next generation of kids is pretty fucking toast. But I do think they will be raised in a world where they're not taught the customer is always right, which is a good thing.
There's a second half to that statement.
Oh.
The customer is always right is not the full quote.
Oh.
The customer is always right in matters of taste is the full quote. Because it's supposed to be like, you can't correct someone if they want, like, you know, tacky walls and you're like a wallpaper guy. It's like, you're not going to be like, it's like whatever they want is their decision.
Yeah.
The customer is always right is not the not the quote, and people have taken it to be like, well, I know
I'm the customer.
they are incorrect right there.
Wow.
You know, that reminds me, bringing it back. We have sold Jellyroll albums before, you know, so the customer, I wasn't going to tell him not selling you a Jellyroll album. We're going to sell that Jellyroll album no matter what.
What if he absolutely slaps? What if he's just like, you put it on, you're like, my God, this is music.
Doubt it. Hold on. Let's pull up the Jellyroll. Have y'all, speaking of Jellyroll, have y'all heard of Hardy? Do you know about Hardy?
No.
I had the biscuits.
Okay, great. Hardy is another country singer. Used to be a songwriter, and is now breaking out into doing his own music.
Oh, he looks like...
It is the worst. Oh, yeah. No, he sucks. He only wears a hat. His music is just the most... His music is the most butt country music you've ever heard in your life.
Down by the lake beach.
Listen to Truck Bed. It's too much. But yeah, Hardy is they're like country's in a weird place right now where there's like good musicians actually doing interesting things with the genre. You know, you got your Tyler Childers, your Sturgill Simpsons, even like Zach Bryan is appropriately lauded for like leading a sort of new generation. But then you got guys like Hardy and, you know,
Morgan Wallen.
Sorry, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, that are still making the butt country music that everyone hated when they said like, oh, I like everything but rap and country. Like, no, that's bullshit. You just don't like what's popular country.
Sturgill Simpson was not invited to the CMAs the same year he won Best Country Album at the Grammys. There are, not to be all Alex Garland on you, but there are two countries.
Yeah, I guess so. It's. I know Sturgill. I think Sturgill's like. Can I hear that he's like retiring? I don't know, but his music's brilliant. He really does. Like, there are some really great country musicians out there.
Coulter Wall's great. Orville Peck.
Coulter Wall's
sure.
fantastic. I hear great things about Maren Morris and I lost the name. I wanted to have it more evil and name some
Kenny Chesney.
Country artist. Kenny Chesney. But it's just like Hardy and Jellyroll is just like, oh god.
Big and rich.
People enjoy it. People get into it.
Big and Rich is still going hard. It's got that hat. We're gonna listen to we'll do a live Jellyroll. I'm looking at his Wikipedia now. The last thing is Jellyroll came out in support of anti-fentanyl legislation. So,
wow,
that's great. And finally, someone speaks up against fentanyl.
We got a problem in this country, man. Oh man, Jellyroll sold out Nashville's Bridgestone Arena and was joined by some people I don't know: Chris Young, Sam Hunt, Shinedown, Tech Nine, and oh man, he completed a 44-city backroad baptism tour. Which don't Google that.
Nope.
That's gonna bring up a video you don't want to see.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna move on.
All right. Let me just. Can I read you the similar artists on Jellyroll's Apple Music page? The first being a man named Struggle Jennings.
Nice.
I don't want to judge this man. He sounds like he's been to a lot.
He looks like this.
Looks like he'd kill you.
Why does he live
Yeah,
like
he
that?
looks like he
Wouldn't want
looks
to see
like a
him in a
bad
Chipotle, if you
WWE
know what I mean.
wrestler. Followed by Lil White, WYTE, and then finally Haystack with no
Nice.
C.
Haystack's a great name.
Haystack looks like Uncle Cracker rebranded.
I don't think I've ever
It
seen
appears that
Uncle
It's
Cracker.
just, you've
just
seen
know-
Uncle Cracker.
I know him from Drifting Away. Yeah. I like the Raw and SmackDown dichotomy we have right now of country music.
Truly.
Which one's which? Is Lake Beach country? Is that Raw?
I'd say Jellyroll is Raw. Zach Bryan SmackDown.
Stapleton SmackDown.
Stapleton SmackDown.
Okay. I like this. We got a brand split.
Yeah.
His wife is named Bunny XO. That can't be her legal name.
Nice.
Is that her Christian name?
I don't know. People are out here named Blaze. I wouldn't be surprised if someone was named Bunny.
Blaze is a great name. Then after my
Yeah.
favorite
We-
Pokemon starter.
We have kids in our generation named Blaze, which amazes me.
We had one at Milton who went into a coma from smoking synthetic marijuana.
Forgot about that.
We're all looking for the
Yeah.
guy who did this.
Just imagine being in the hospital and then being like, "So what do you want to name your baby?" Blaze. And they have to
Blaze.
seriously write that down.
The doctor said,
Like-
"Hell yeah, dude, it's sick."
Hell yeah. My father's
Pops a-
name is Blaze. He's
Pops a blade monster.
My baby was born through a hole in drywall.
Baby cracks
That's the
open a Monster Zero Ultra.
I had one of
We're
those
about to enter
yesterday.
like a
Don't you
whole
dare.
world where we have like there are kids like McCainty and Brayley and
McCainty's a great name.
Tungsten and
Tongues.
Tonka.
Did you see?
Like it's just like people are just throwing vowels and letters together, and it's just like these aren't names,
There are.
or they're names, but they're misspelled so poorly.
Oh, we've
Haystack.
producer Jess and I have already decided that if and when the day comes, Jaguar Far will be the firstborn. It's unisex. It's one word.
Jag. Yeah.
All caps. He's got to sprint everywhere.
It's gonna be an MF Doom type.
Jaguar. You can't say his name. You have to yell it.
Surely Jaguar. Oh man.
Yeah.
If I am the godfather for your child, well, I will, and if they are baptized, I will whisper to them Jaguar when they are baptized. So that is their actual secret name.
they'll be
It's the name that
baptized,
God
but
knows him as.
not traditionally.
Exactly.
More of a Spartan baptism. I had something pulled
What is
up.
a Spartan baptism?
You gotta find out.
I'm googling
It
it.
involves a pool of blood and a big well where we kick the Xerxians.
That's right.
Did
Producer
you-
Peyton sending me more modern baby names. I think it's of that Mormon influencer mom who said she can make her own cereal for her kids. She has children named Rumble Honey, Slim Easy, and their newest sibling, Whimsy Lou.
The gooch.
All of those would feature on a Jellyroll song.
Yeah.
I could like see that Jellyroll featuring.
Did you see that there are 3 MLB players born after 2003?
Yeah.
They are all named Jackson.
Oh,
Because 2003, baseball family, that kid's going to be named Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Great.
When did
great.
Michael die?
Oh, Jackson.
He died
Some guy
20
named Michael that we knew.
I think
Oh,
Michael Jackson was
2009.
2009. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
we almost did that. Remember, we almost did the Beat It dance for a pep rally.
That's right.
too soon.
That's right.
It's like doing
Yeah.
the USC Trojans touchdown dance today. Rest in peace, Orenthal James. You leave
Hey, don't
behind a
laugh. His wife must be in pieces right now.
Oh man.
Look, he leaves behind a complicated legacy.
Yeah.
He also ran for over 2,000 yards in 14 games.
14?
14, right?
That's amazing.
He's probably the best person to come out of Buffalo.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is that like if 1994 didn't happen, I think O.J. Simpson would be a beloved figure.
Yeah, he'd be on the money.
Like
Collecting
going
sports
from
memorabilia.
sports to like the naked, like having a sense of humor to acting like the Naked Gun movies. And I
He's
think
great in those. I hate to say it.
Tower Inferno. Yeah, he got great comedic timing.
You got to hand it to him.
Yeah,
But
he
had
killed those
bad
people though.
Prime timing. Yeah,
He definitely killed those people.
Yeah.
yeah, he was a murderer.
He was the best guy
Oh, my
around.
What murder?
What murder? Tyler, do you have a show and tell this week? You want to talk about anything?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna. I'll go really quick. I know we're at the end
it
here.
is. No,
Um,
I get some more stuff to talk about.
Okay,
There's
okay,
no
okay.
such thing as Spartan baptism
No.
Yet.
unless you are at Sparta United Methodist Church in Sparta, New Jersey.
Mm. I was just gonna talk about "Only God Was Above Us." Great
Please
album.
do. I love
Vampire
it.
Weekend.
Oh yeah,
It's really good. That's really all I could say about it. It's kind of like classic Vampire Weekend with like the island sounds, the quartet sounds.
The
You know what
strings.
I'm bad at talking about
oh
music.
yeah.
But you also got the new stuff, the new just kind of like noise like that's new for
Witchy.
them, which is cool. You got Connect, which is like weirdly self-referential. Like it has the drum beats from Mansard Roof and also
That's what that
the-
was.
yeah, the keys from Campus, I think. Yeah, obviously they're doing some self-reflecting on this album, and it's great music. So check it out if you're a Vampire Weekend fan, or if you're not a Vampire Weekend fan. If you're not a Vampire Weekend fan, what the hell, man?
And Rostam helped produce it. He's on.
Oh, he
he's
did?
credited. He's credited on one of the songs as
Oh,
the
good.
producer.
Oh good.
Good.
Because you could definitely tell, like, and with the new Vampire Weekend album, and obviously working at a record store, I've been hearing a lot of Father of the Bride hate or disdain
What?
from other
That was a
customers.
great album.
Which I go, no, return to it. It's great. It's
It's
not
really good.
Here's the thing, it's the same thing as like In Rainbows and King of Limbs. The worst thing about Father of the Bride is that it had to follow up Modern Vampires of the City, which is one of the greatest albums, top 10 easy of the 21st century.
Sure.
And it doesn't amount to that, but it is a great record.
I still listen to songs from that
Yeah.
album. I love
Summer vibes all
I
day.
had like one play at my wedding, man. It's Only God Was Above Us is super fun, super self-aware, and the new direction that they're taking. It always seems organic. It's always great. And I saw that Vampire Weekend played with Goose last night.
Oh,
And they played Cape Cod Kwasa Kwasa for 31 minutes.
Deep
They
cut.
went on a Cape Cod jam.
I love
Yeah.
that song.
That's a good song.
Is that like
I was listening to that before we
Vampire
started.
Weekend? Vampire Weekend on their like surface seems like, oh, it's a Vineyard Vines frat bro preppy band. No,
Sure.
they are some jam band weirdos. Like they are like,
Which is
entertaining.
Vineyard Vines Frat Bros.
Okay, fair. I know I said jam band, but like they're much more alternative than like the first album would have you believe. But Only God was great album.
Real quick before we get out of here, I want to plug one more thing that I just started it, but I think it's worth your time. There's X-Men 97 on Disney Plus.
Oh,
You know how people are always like, we got to reboot this, we got to do a spiritual sequel to this. Disney said, hey, remember the old X-Men cartoon that everyone loves? Well, we've made more episodes of it. It picks up exactly where the 1994 or 90, 93, 97 series ended in 97 and just treats it as season 6. And it just starts off with the same opening, as the one bad thing about it is it doesn't premiere on Saturday mornings, which it absolutely should. But you could still watch it on Saturday morning, which I highly recommend.
Yeah.
It's got, I think the voice cast is different because some of them have passed on or couldn't come back, but I think it has a lot of the same voice cast, and the ones that are doing kind of the same thing. It's great. It's why the X-Men are good. It's why you should watch or care about the X-Men. And then seasons 1 through 4. There's also a season 5, but it was made in the Philippines on the cheap and wasn't really playing. It was. So seasons 1 through 4 have like really pretty good quality animation, and then season 5 they cut the budget by like everything, and we're like, we'll send this overseas and let some place and it's like the timing's all weird, and it's like weird stories, and like it doesn't. Rogue regularly takes her gloves off, and they just forget to animate her with gloves, so he's just touching people. When you're like, hey, but yeah, X-Men 97. The first episode makes you really care about Cyclops, which is the biggest thing about it, because Cyclops is my favorite, and he is the biggest dork in the movies, and they actually make him cool.
Nice.
It's got Bishop, it's got Morph, it's got some better B tier X-Men. It's got Gambit doing his weird voice.
Do we need to watch the first 4 seasons beforehand? Because I wasn't all up on the Fox Kids. I was a one Saturday morning kid.
You get the gist. It's the X-Men.
Okay. I guess it is X-Men. They brought back Recess, man. That'd be aces.
I watched Recess this week. It was on YouTube.
So good. It holds up, man. Recess is so good.
I love Recess. But yeah, X-Men 97. This week's episode got a lot of praise. Check it out.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, is that going to do it for us this week?
I think so.
Do you have any more business?
I'll save my. No.
Okay.
All right. Well, after that, what if we just cut the episode right there? No. The sound of a CRT TV turning off. All right. Well, this has been Radish, the Show and Tell podcast. Hope we're giving you some good stuff and caught you up on the wild and crazy world that we live in these trying times. Sorry, I don't know what that came from. I've been Will. I've been your host and editor this week. I hope you like me.
Aww.
You can find me at Will from Radish. And on Xbox and PlayStation, playing Helldivers as a Radish Bill. If you see Radish Bill in your squad, please revive me.
Not on Xbox though.
No, just it's my gamer tag, but Helldivers is just on PlayStation right now. I'm sorry, Sean.
I want it to get. I know.
It's the best game.
So fast.
Tell her you should get it.
I paid money for it immediately.
I don't have a PlayStation. Oh, PC though. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sean.
It's got crossplay.
I'm Sean. You can find me on Twitter at Sean from Radish, Letterboxd at Sean and Barry. I think it's the same on Xbox too, but I'm not really playing games. I'm spending too much time trying to catch the tail end of the fucking Robert Altman movie on the Criterion Channel.
I'm no longer playing games.
Playtime is over.
I'm watching The Player.
Just rewatch some girls. No, it's good.
I'm Tyler, and later this year you can find me on Letterboxd at SpliffyT420, where I'm going to be rating Survivor and Top Chef seasons just to piss Sean off.
I honestly would love that.
I have logged one movie on Letterboxd this year, and it has prevented me from logging a second because every week I get a Letterboxd recap, and it's like, here's your 2025. You watched one movie, and it's Madam Web. And I want I want Letterboxd to think I watched Madam Web and then killed myself.
Your year-end review is just gonna be like, your most watched actor, Dakota Johnson. Your highest rated movie, Madam Web.
Where the Madam Web head's at.
The moment it hits streaming, I'm there. I'm watching.
It rules.
Sure.
There's not a superhero in that movie. It's just. See you guys.
Bye.